Greetings to you all and welcome to Create Twitter once again. My name is Afari Ernest, and today we are going to solve one of the past questions under business mathematics. So, as we see the questions on our screens, it says Kane Westimore pays its staff and supervisors basic salary plus commission plus bonus and override as shown below. It also makes some funds available for staff to draw from in case they were financially distressed. Use the information to answer questions 1 to 7. So you see we have basic salary for supervisors 1,760, basic salary for staff 1,200, personal quota all staff we have 20,000. Now we have personal commission rate for all staff, which is 6.15% for sales up to 50,000 Ghana cedis. Then we have bonus for supervisors, which is 1,400 flat for personal sales above 65,000. Then we have bonus for staff, which is also 1,000 Ghana cedis flat for personal sales above 65,000. We have store quota to be 85,000. We have override rate to be 3.15%. Okay, so we are going to solve question 1 to 7 using this preamble. Okay, now have it in mind that staff are not supervisors. Okay, they report to the supervisors, and most of the time supervisors are part of the management. That is why they earn override. And so the staff reports to the supervisors in the organization. So here you can see we don't have personal quota for supervisors. Okay, and there was no personal commission rate for supervisors as well. So it means in case you are calculating for gross earning of any supervisor, you are not going to add commission. Is that okay? You are not going to add any commission. It is going to be, let's say, the person's salary plus bonus plus override and all other things. Okay, so now let's start with question 1. So question 1 says, question 1, what is the personal commission of a staff of ShopRite who makes a sale of 72,000 Ghana cedis? So the person made a sale of 72,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, so what will be the person commission? Now the person is a staff. Do you get it? So how do you calculate for the commission? We know that commission is equal to what? Sales minus quota. Then if returns exist, it becomes minus returns, right? Now because we don't have returns, we multiply it by the commission rates. Is that okay? Now we have the sales here, we have quota in the question, but let's look at something in the preamble. You see it says personal commission. We have the personal quota for our staff to be 20,000. Okay, then it also says personal commission rates 6.15% for sales up to. Do you get it? So for sales up to, it means if you get anything more than 50,000, you are not going to get anything on the 50,000. Let's say you make a sale of 60,000, the extra 10,000 on that 50,000 will not be accounted for. Okay, so your range is from the personal quota, which is 20,000, to 50,000. That is when the 6.15% works, because we are saying the personal commission rate should be at 6.15% up to. So anything more than that, the personal commission rate does not take care of. I hope that is okay. All right. Then if that is the case, here you have 72,000. So it means the 72,000 here is more than the 50,000. And if you earn anything more than the 50,000, we the organization, we don't care. we would take it as what, 50,000, because that is the highest point we can give you a commission. So in this case, you are going to take the 50,000 up there. Anytime you get a sale more than the 50,000, you take the 50,000 as the sales. So here the commission will be the 50,000. Okay, because there's more than the 50,000, so 50,000 minus the quota in the question, which is what, 20,000. Okay, then you multiply it by the rate given, which is 6.15%. I hope that is clear. Okay, so then you proceed with your calculation. So commission here is equal to what? You have 1,845 as your answer. Okay, so looking at the options, we have option E. So it means question 1 is E. Okay, now let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2 says, if a staff is paid 4,752.50, okay, so the total earning, okay, let's say as his total earning, so let's say the total earning, is equal to what? 4,752.50 as his total earning in any given month. What was his or her minimum sales? Here you cannot use the total earning to calculate for the sales. All that you can do is, when you check for the total earning of a staff, what are the components? So for a staff, the total earning of all the staff will be 1, the salary, plus 2, the commission of that staff, 3, bonus, right? That is it. So these are the 3 items that you are going to look out for. So it means they added what? The salary, commission. So in this case, commission, we are going to give the person full commission. When we say full commission, this is an example of full commission. It means the highest point minus the lowest point. It means your sales was either up to it was either 50,000 or more. So when you get 50,000 or more, you get full commission. So no one will earn a commission more than this. Okay, so in this case, we are going to give the staff the salary, then we give the staff full commission plus what? Bonus. So this is an estimation. Then after that, you subtract everything from this. When the remaining amount is positive, it means the minimum sales the person made is what? 50,000, because we are looking at it from the angle of what? The commission. We are saying we will only give you what? Full commission when you make a sale of what? 50,000. Do you get it? So if we give you a full commission and our answer is negative, it means that person's sale was not up to what? Or was not up to 50,000. But if we give the person full commission and we subtract all this from the total earning and still we have some amount left, it means the person minimum sales is what? 50,000. Now the amount left can be the draw, because when you read from the question, it said it also makes some funds available for staff to draw from in case they were financially distressed. And you know drawings or draw, right? So they are the amounts given to staff in case they are facing any financial difficulties. Okay, so let's proceed. Now our salary is what? The basic salary for a staff is what? So we write the total earning, or let's finish with the total earning first. So our estimated total earning is equal to, now the basic salary for staff is 1,200, okay, plus the full commission is what? 1,840, 1,845, plus the bonus given to staff is 1,000. Okay, so 1,000. Now let's add these three. Okay, so we have 1,200 minus 1,845. Sorry, it should be plus 1,000. Okay, so you are getting 4,045. You are getting 4,045. Okay, so this is the estimated total earning, and this is the projected one that has been given, or the exact one that has been given. So what we are going to do is, in order to get our minimum sales, we are going to subtract this estimated from the exact one. If our answer is positive, we will take the 50,000 in the question as our minimum sales. Is that okay? So let's move on. We are going to get 4,752.50 minus 4,045. Then we have the final answer is 707.80. Okay, since our answer is what? Positive, it means this amount was given to the person as what? Draw. Okay, so it means if the person was able to get 1,845 as stated here as the full commission, then it means the minimum sales the person made was 50,000. Either the person made 50,000 plus, that is why you see the minimum sales is what? 50,000. So we write here as the minimum sales here is equal to what? 50,000. And so what is the correct answer for that? Option B is the correct. Okay, so now let's proceed to question number 3. Okay, so question 3 says, if a staff makes a sale of 20,500, so sale is 20,500 and has a draw. So the person has a draw of 1,200. So 1,200. Okay, what will be his or her net earning? What will be his or her net earning? So we are going to calculate for net earning, and what is the formula for net earning? So net earning is equal to gross earning or total earning minus what? Draws. Okay, so how do you get, since you have the draw, how do you get the gross earning? So we say the gross earning for that particular person is going to be the person's salary plus commission. Then we will check if the person qualifies for a bonus. Now they said the bonus quota is what? For staff is 1,000 flat, for personal sales above 65,000, and there's no up to 65,000, so that person is not going to get a bonus. So the gross earning of that person will be the salary and the commission. Okay, now we have the salary. What is left is what? The commission. So let's calculate for the commission. So the commission here is equal to sales minus quota times rates. I hope that is clear. So commission is equal to, now what is the sales? 20,500 minus the quota is what? 20,000, right? Yes, it's 20,000. Now this 20,500 given a sale is not more than 50,000. Do you get it? That is why we are still using this sale. But anytime you get a sale which is more than the 50,000, that is when you ignore the sales and you choose what? 50,000 as the sales. But if it is less than the 50,000, that is it. You just use the exact sales, then you subtract your quota from it. So here you multiply it by the commission rate, which is 6.15%, and in so doing that you have, what do you have? 30.75, right? You have 30.75 as your commission. Okay, so now since you have the commission, let's calculate for the gross earning. So we see gross earning is equal to our salary for staff, which is 1,200 plus with the commission, which is 30.75. okay, so when you add these two, what are you getting? If you add the two, you are getting 1,230.75. Now your net earning, okay, so your net earning here is equal to this gross earning minus what? The draw. So the gross earning is 1,230.75 minus the draw is what? 1,200. So our net earning is equal to 30.75. okay, and what is the correct option? That is option what? Option A, right? So that is option A. So let's move on to question number 4, right? Question number 4. Question 4. So question 4 says, what is the store commission amount? What is the store commission amount if store sales for the period is 92,800? So we have been given store sales as what? 92,800. 92,800, and store returns as what? 13,500. okay, so 13,500. Now we are to find the store commission amount, and you know how to calculate for the store commission amount, right? Store commission amount here. So store commission amount is equal to the store sales minus store quota. If there is store returns, you subtract store returns. Okay, and that is it. You are not going to multiply it by the override rate. When you multiply it by the override rate, you get what? Override. But this one is just like you have been asked to calculate for personal commission amounts, which is personal sales minus personal quota. And so when you come to store commission amount, it is the same thing as store sales minus store quota minus store returns. Okay, all right. So since we have all the parameters, let's proceed. Store commission amount is equal to, so you have the store sales to be 92,800 minus the store quota from the preamble was giving us 85,000. Okay, 85,000 Ghana cedis minus store returns is 13,500. Okay, so the store commission amount is equal to, so when you subtract this from this, 92,800 minus 85,000 minus 13,500, you see you have negative 5,700. But this negative 5,700 will not stand, because commission is given to you when you make sales. If you don't make any sales, if it means you are not going to get what? A commission. I hope that is clear. So under no circumstance that you will get negative commission, because if I don't sell, I'll not get commission. My commission would be 0. So anytime you solve for anything related to what? Commission, and you get negative, the correct answer should be what? 0. Okay, the correct answer should be 0. Don't choose the option this 5,700. Although this and this are the same, but under commission we don't have negative commission amounts or negative commission. If you get negative, it means the commission amount is what? 0. Period. So question 4, the correct answer is option B. Okay, the correct answer is option B. All right, let's proceed to question number 5. So we have question 5. Abdul Basit is a supervisor. How much override does he make if the store sales in the period is what? 122. So the store sales was giving us 122,050.87, right? 0.87. And so we have to calculate for the what? Override. So how much override does he make? And you know, in calculating for override, commission or override, it is equal to what? Store sales is equal to store sales minus store quota. Then if you have store returns, you subtract it, but this question did not give us store returns, so we remain this. Then you multiply it by the override rates. Okay, so override in this case is going to be the store sales, which is 122,050.87 minus the store quota, which was given in the question as 85,000. Okay, as 85,000. Then you multiply it by the override rate, which was also given in the preamble as 3.15%. Okay, so now when you perform these calculations, you see you are going to get 1,167. Okay, so your override will be 1,167.10. Okay, and in this case, let's look at the options and pick the correct one. So that is option C, right? Option C, 1167.10. Okay, so option C So this is our correct answer. Then move on to question number 6. How much will a supervisor who makes a personal sale of 70,100? So the personal sale is what? 70,100. And which is gross if the store sales for the same period is 126,000. So the store sales for the period is 126,000. Store sales is equal to 126,000. Okay, so we are going to calculate for the gross earning of the supervisor. And how do you calculate for gross earning? Because the person is a supervisor, we will give the person a salary. But there was no commission rate for supervisors, and there was no quota for supervisors, right? Let me check. Here we have basic salary for supervisors, we have basic salary for staff, we have personal quota for all staff, we have personal commission amount rate for all staff, we have bonus for supervisors, we have. So in this case, we are going to give the person salary, and we will look at it if the person qualifies for a bonus, because we don't have any quota for supervisors that we are going to use to calculate for the commission, and we don't have any commission rate for supervisors, but it is only what staff. So we will ignore the commission, then we give the person a bonus. Okay, and because the person is a supervisor, we give the person an override. Is that okay? So in this case, since we have the salary in the question, the bonus in the preamble, we are going to calculate for only override. Okay, override. And you know, override is equal to store sales minus store quota. This one, we were not given any store returns. Okay, so we multiply it by the override rate. And so we have override to be, store sales, we have 126,000, right? Then minus store quota. So the store quota, 85,000 was given in the preamble. Then you multiply it by the override rate, 3.15%. Okay, so you are going to get override of, and what is the override? 1,291. You are going to get 1,291.50. Okay, as the override. Then we will give the person what? A bonus. We give the person a bonus of 1,400, because when we look at the preamble, we have 1,400 flats for personal sales above 65,000, and his personal sales was more than what? 65,000. So a bonus of 1,400. So the gross earning here is going to be the basic salary, which is 1,760 for supervisors, plus the override, which is 1,291.50, plus the bonus, which is 1,400. and 400. Okay, then we have gross earning. We have gross earning equal to, so let's add, we have 1,760 as the salary plus the override 1,291.50 plus the bonus 1,400. Okay, so we have 4,451.50. Okay, so question 6, we check or we look through the options whether we have 4,450. We don't have, so in this case our correct answer becomes E. Okay, it becomes E. So in the business mathematics, anytime you solve a question and you don't have the answer as part of the options, you shade E and you write the correct answer on the question paper. Okay, so when you get your paper, you read the instructions very well. Okay, now let's move on to question number 7. It says, okay, so I think that is the last question under the preamble. So Benis and Bakisu are staff of what, ShopRite. So they are all what, staff. If Benis makes a sale of 85,000, so Benis, she made a sale of what, 85,000, and Bakisu also made a sale of 70,500. How much more commission will Benis earn above Bakisu? So you see, in this situation, because you have 85,000 here, you might think you are going to subtract the quota, which is 20,000, from this, and you multiply it by the rate to get a commission for Benis. Then you do same for this one. Then you subtract the difference between their commissions. But in that case, you are going to get it wrong, because in the early stages, I said if you get 85,000. Now, because in the question, if you read the preamble very well, it says you are going, all the staff, they are going to earn a commission of 6.15% of all sales up to 50,000. And so anything more than 50,000, the extra amount on the 50,000 will not be accounted for. Do you get it? So once your sales is more than 50,000, we will ignore your sales, then we take the 50,000 as your sale. So in this case, the two of them, they are all more than 50,000, and so we are going to ignore their sales and use 50,000 as their how do we call it, sale. Okay, in our calculation. So when you are calculating for Benis, the commission for Benis, it is going to be the sale minus quota times rates, as we know already. So here, instead of 85,000, we are going to use what, 50,000. Okay, minus 20,000. Then we multiply it by the rate, which is what, it was 6.15%. Okay, so Benis will earn a commission of, Benis is going to earn a commission of 1,845. So you remember when we were looking at question 1, I told you this is how we calculate for full commission if your sale is more than what, 50,000. So this, so it means if you get more than 50,000, we will give you a full commission, and no one is going to earn anything more than what, this is the full commission you get if you make a sale more than 50,000. Okay, so in this case, Benis is having 1,845, and we are going to use the same approach for Bakisu. Is that okay? So it means Bakisu is also going to earn what, 1,845. Okay, so we say Bakisu commission, because for Bakisu commission she also had more than 50,000, and so in this case it is going to be 50,000 minus 20,000 times this, and she's also going to earn the same thing, which is 1,845. So you see that the two of them, they will have the same what commission, and so when you are solving for their difference, it is going to be what 1,845 minus another 1,845, and in this case you are going to get what 0 as your commission, the difference between their commissions. Okay, and so the correct answer for this is option A. Option A. I hope that is clear. So now let's proceed to the remaining questions. I think we are left with 8 questions to go. Okay, so question number 8. So question 8, we also have a preamble which says we should use the information to answer from 8 to 11. So a store uses the following specific identification codes to represent cost and track its inventory, noting that for all the costs the last 2 letters are pesos, and for the quantity of goods, number of items in stock is as listed, and the value follow the same principle as the cost of the items. Okay, so it's very clear. Question 8, you see we have the specific identification numbers there, D, A, E, R, M, P, E, T, S, K, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's rewrite it again. D, A, E, R, M, P, E, T, S, K, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Exactly. So question 8, so I have to clean this one. Question 8 says an item with the inscription PIT cost. So this one we are going to calculate for what cost, which is in monetary terms, so you have to get your answer in 2 decimal places. Okay, but if it is value of inventory, if it is let's say number of items or how many, it means that one is just in quantity, so no decimal. So this one PIT, right? So let's say you have this. So what is the number for P? That is 6, so you write 6. Okay, and for E is what 3, right? And for A is 2, and for T is what 8. Now because it is cost, you have to get it in 2 decimal places, so your final answer here is going to be 63.28. I hope that is clear. And 63.28 is option what? B. You see we have 2 E's, right? And so if you use the first E as 3 and you don't get, or you don't see the answer as part of the options, you move on to the second E to calculate. Maybe that will satisfy what the answer. But if the 2 E's or both of them, if you try using them and still you don't have the answer, it means you must go in for E as your final answer. But in this case, the correct E here is what 3, and that one is given as answer as part of the options. Okay, so let's move on to question number 9. If the item Milo has been coded STMPK, so we have STMPK, how many tins of Milo are in stock? So this one, how many? We need the quantity, the number, right? So S is what? S is 9, T is 8, M is what? 5. Okay, P is 6, and K is what? 0, 5. And so there is our final answer. Our final answer is 98,560, and that is option what? 98,560, option C. Okay, we have option C for that. And so let's move on to question number 10. Question number 10. So it says the value of inventory in stock as at September 10th is what? D R E M A K P, right? So what is the value of inventory in cedis? Okay, so this one, it says the value of inventory, so we have to get it in 2 decimal places. So D is what? 1. Okay, R is 4, E, we are using the first E. If it doesn't satisfy any of the options, then we move on to try with the second E. So let's first start with the first E. And M is what? 5. A is 2, K is 0, and P is 6. Okay, so since we have to get it in 2 decimal places, we will write it as 1,000. Sorry, is it 1,000? Yeah, 1,435. No, it's supposed to be 2 decimal places, so it's supposed to be not here. It's supposed to be here. So 1,435.2.06. Is that okay? So we check out for this answer. Is it question what? 10. And so that is option E. Okay, 1,435.2.06. That's option E. So we move on to question number 11. So question 11 says 2 items in stock have the specific codes TSAED. So you have TSAED and RASTD. So what is the sum of their prices? So it means we have to find for this in monetary terms, this in monetary terms, then we sum them. So T here is what? 8. So we have 8, and S is 9, A is 2, E is 3, and D is what? 1. Okay, so we have to put it in 2 decimal places, plus, because they said sum, so R here is what? 4, A is 2, S is 9, T is 8, and D is 1. So we have to put this one to 2 decimal places. So let's rewrite it all. You see 892.31 plus 429.81. Okay, they are all in monetary terms, so our final answer will be our final answer will be 892.31, 892.31 plus 429.81. Okay, and so that is giving us 1322.12. Okay, and that is option. So let me write it. Question what? Question 11. So we have 1322.12, and let's check 1322. So that is option B. Okay, option B, 1322.12. So now let's move on to the last 4 questions and we are done. Okay, so we have, it says the following is an extract from the inventory records of Coca-Cola Kumasi Limited. The net sales for the period amounted to, so we have the net sale. Let's write it on the page so that, so we have the net sale here to be the net sale to be 215,000. We have the cost of goods sold. That one is also equal to 218,550. 218,550. Okay. Then, and purchases amounted to 285,000. So we have purchases, which is what, 285,862.75. Okay. All right. Then we have a table showing what the beginning inventory as at February, May, July, October, November, December, and what's the ending inventory. Okay, so let's look at what the question is demanding from us. Now we are on question 12. Okay, we are on question 12. It says, what is the extension for the month of October? So extension for the month of October, or October extension. So for the month of October, so extension, extension is always equal to what? It is equal to your unit cost times what? Your quantity, right? So it is equal to unit costs multiplying your quantity. That is the extension. Okay, so in this case, when you look at October, we have 76.1, so 76.10 as the unit cost, multiplying the quantity for October, which is 180. Okay, so what are we getting here as our extension? 76.10 times 180. So we have 13,698. Okay, 13,698. So 13,698. So let's check through the options whether we have that 13,698.00. So for question 12, we have option B as our correct answer. So let's move on to the next 3 questions. Question 13. What is the value of inventory using the average method? And you know the average method, right? The average method. When we say the average method, it means you have to find the average cost of one inventory. Do you get it? So after getting the average cost of one inventory, you multiply the cost by the remaining inventories. Okay, so what we are going to do is, looking at the table, we are going to create extensions for all the parameters in there, starting from beginning inventory, February, May, July to the to December. Do you get it? So after getting the extensions, we add everything up, then we divide it by our total quantity. then whatever that we get will be the average cost of one item. So if we want to get the average method correctly, we multiply the average cost by the ending inventory. So let's start. Okay, so we are going to create extensions. So you draw another table and you name it extension, and you know extension is what? Price times the unit cost. So for the beginning inventory, you know it is going to be what? 45.15 Ghana cedis, 15 Ghana cedis times 120. Okay, then you know that for January, you are going to get 60 Ghana cedis multiplying 140. Then for, hey, do we have January? It is February rather, not January. So let me cancel it and write February. Okay, so from February we'll move on to May. Okay, and May we have 63.05 times 155. Okay, then from May we move on to July, and July we have 68.50 times 170 units. Then from July move on to October, and October 2 we have 76.10 times 180. Okay, then for November we have 82.15 multiplying 230, right? Then for December we have 88.50 multiplying 265. Is that okay? Then we are going to do the multiplication to get our total extensions. Okay, so the first one is, we have the first one to be 45.15 times 120. So we have 5418. So 5418. Then the next we have 60 times 140. We have 8,400 as our quantity. So 8,400. Okay, then we have 63.05 multiplying 155. Okay, and that one too is giving us 9772.75. Then we have 68.50 multiplying 170. Okay, and that one is giving us 11645. Okay, then we have 76.10 times 180, right? So 13,698. Then we have 82.15 multiplying 230. So we have 18,894.50. Okay, then we have 88.5 times 265. So that one is 23452.50. Okay, so we are going to sum everything up. So our total extension, we have 5418 plus 8400 plus 9772.75. Then we have 1 plus 11645 plus 13698 plus 18894.50 plus December, which is 23452.50. What are we getting? You are getting 91,280.75. Okay, 91,280. So that is your total extension. So we write total extension. So the total extension is equal to 91,280.75. Now, because the question or the formula itself says average, so average is more of, you are going to divide it by the total quantity. Okay, so now let's calculate for the total quantity. Then we divide it by the total extension to get our average cost or average price. Okay, so for the average price is equal to your total extension over total quantity. Right? So you have the total extension already. Let's calculate for the total quantity. On the total quantity, you have 120 plus 114 plus 155 plus 170 plus 180 plus 230 plus 265. Okay, so we have the total quantity to be 1260. So our average price here will be 91,280.75 divided by 1,260. Okay, so we say 91,280.75 divided by 1,260. So it means our average price, okay, our average price is equal to 72.45. This average price means that when you look into the table again, you see that we have ending inventory, which is 615 units, right? So you see that it means the inventory left is what, 615. And anytime we say inventory, it means they are our stock at the warehouse or our stock left. Is that okay? So here we are going to, or we want to calculate for the total stock, the amount, or let's say the inventory, the stocks available in monetary terms. So since you have the price and you have the total quantity left, which is which is 615, you are going to multiply the unit price or the average price by the total quantity, which is 615. Okay, so we are to question 13 says, what is the value of inventory? So your value of inventory is equal to your average price, which is 72.45. Then you multiply it by the ending inventory in the question, which is 615. Okay, so when you multiply 72.45 by 615, you have 44,000. You have 44,556.75. Okay, so we check from option 13. We have, so option 13, we don't have anything like that. Okay, so in this case we are going to choose option what? E. Option E. Okay, so option E becomes the correct option. Is that okay? Yeah, so don't forget, you need to create total extension, then you divide the total extension by total quantity, okay, to get your average price. Then after getting the average price, you multiply the average price by the ending inventory, okay, which is 615. So this will be your answer, and we don't have this answer as part of the option, so it is what? E. I hope that is clear. So we move on to the last two questions, which is question 14 and 15. So for question 14, it says, what is the value of inventory using the first in first out method? So question 14 says FIFO method, right? And when we say FIFO method, what does it mean? First in first out. So if you check the table, it means those items that are starting, so the beginning inventory February, May, so the items starting, they are the first items we are going to sell. Do you get it? So in this case, if you enter the warehouse and you want to count, or you want to find the number of inventories left, it means you have to start from what? The most recent. You have to start from below or the bottom. Is that okay? Because if you start from the top ones are the first that was sold out. How that is okay? So anytime you are solving for FIFO method, you start from the bottom of the table, and when you are solving for LIFO, you start from the top, or right above, right from the top of the table. Is that okay? So FIFO method, you check the ending inventory, how many inventories left. So we have, how many inventories left? We have ending inventory. It means we are left with 615 inventories, okay, or units. So in this case, we are starting from December. We are going to subtract those quantity from 615, so it gets finished. Is that okay? So in December we had 265, so we are going to subtract the 265 from this. If there is remaining quantity, we will take it to the next one. Okay, so we say December, we need quantity 265. Okay, 265. So we are going to multiply that 265 by what? The amount, which is 88.50. Is that okay? And now if you subtract 615, if you subtract 265 from the 615, you still have some quantity left, which is 350. So you move on to the next one. The next one is what? November. So you write November. And November, how many quantity? 230. So let's check. If we subtract 230, it means we are still going to have some amount left, right? So we say November 230 multiplying the November unit cost is 82.15. So let's subtract the 230 from this 230. Okay, so you have 120 left. Since you have 120 left, you are sending it to the next month, which is what? October. So we are climbing up like that. So October, And you see October has 180, but we are left with what? 120. It means we have sold 60 from October, right? So it is remaining what? 120. So we are not going to use the 180 in the table, but rather we are going to use the remaining one, which is 120. Okay, so 120. And what is the October's unit price? 76.10. Okay, and that is all, because if you add this, you are going to get a 615. So we are done with the 615. We don't have any quantity or unit left to proceed. Okay, so here, these are your extensions. You are going to find the extension and you add them, and that will be all. Okay, so what is the extension for December? That is 23452. So you have the extension for extension. So December you have 23452, 23,452.50. Okay, then when you come to November, you have 494.50, 494.50. Okay, is that right? Then when you come here, let me check something here. November 200 no, I think November extension we had this, and the extension was 18,800. So why are we having so November extension? I think this one is wrong. It should be 230 multiplying 82.15. So yes, we have to get something like this, not this. Okay, so we have 18894.50. Okay, then we come to the last one, which is October. October we have 120 multiplying 76.10. Okay, which is 9,132. Is that good? So once you add all the extensions, you are done. Okay, so let's add the extensions. You have 23,452.50 plus you have 18894.50, then you have plus 9132. Okay, so when you sum everything up, you are going to get 51,479. So 51,479. Okay, so this is our final answer. So our final answer here is 51,479. And let's check through the options. Question number 14. 51,479 is option C. Okay, it's option C. Okay, so now let's move on to the last question of the day. Question number 15. That one is what? LIFO method. So for FIFO, we started from the bottom, and LIFO, we are starting from the top. And we are still using the ending inventory, what is 615. Ending inventory 615. Okay, so if you check from the table, let's start from the top. From the top, we have beginning inventory, which is 120, right? So just like we did for the first one, we write beginning inventory. Beginning inventory. We have what? 120. So 120 multiplying 45.15. Okay. Then since we have 615, so 615, then we subtract the unit cost, which is 120 from it. We have 495 left, so it means we can proceed to the next one, So we have February. We have February, which is okay, so we have February, which is 60 by 140, right? So February is 60 here by 140. Okay. Which one is the 60? The 60 is the unit cost, so it should be 140 by 60. Okay. Then let's subtract the 140, which is the quantity from it. We still have some amount left, some quantity left, so we can proceed to the following month. Okay, so the next one is May, right? So May is what? 155 multiplying 63.05. Okay, so now let's subtract 155 from this. We are still left with what? 200, so we can proceed. Now from May we move on to what? July. Okay, so we say July, and July is also 170 multiplying the cost, which is 68.50. Okay, then we subtract July, which is 170 from it. We have 30 left. So from July we move on to October. Now you see October is 180, but we have only what? 30 left. So we are not going to use the 180, but we will use the remaining 30 and multiply it by the October unit cost, which is 76.10. So in this case, we have to create our extensions and add everything so that we conclude. Okay, so the beginning inventory, we have done all these calculations already. So beginning inventory, the extension, we had 5418. Okay, so we write it directly. Beginning inventory, we had what? 5418. Okay, that is beginning inventory. Then February, we have 8,400. Then May we have 9,772.75 here. Okay, so 9,772.75. Then for July, we have 11,645. Okay, July. Oh, mistake. July, we have 11,645. Okay, then for October, we are not going to use the other one because that one was October. This one was 180, but the extension that we are looking for is this times 30, right? So let's do that one ourselves. 30 times what? 76.10, and that one will give us 2283. 2283. Okay, so when you add everything together, you are going to get 37,518. Okay, 0.75. And so when you look into the options, so our correct answer is what? 37,518.75. So in this case, our correct answer for this is going to be question number 15. It's going to be option C. Okay, 37,518.75. So option C. Okay, so we are done with all the 15 questions for today. And so once again, this is grade A tutor, and my name is Afari Ernest. In case if you don't understand anything, you can just ask your question at the comment section and I'll attend to you. Okay, have a wonderful day and I'll see you again. Bye bye.